Welcome back, everybody, here to Barker Stadium. Chris Kidd and Kevin Jones with you as we are getting set for game number 2 here tonight here on the D&D Sports Network. As Chapmanville and Sherman getting set to go to action here as the captains going to meet at midfield once the officials.
That's what I was about to say. We're missing the officials again, Chris.
And again, the officials disappeared on us at the start of the first game, so now they're getting their break in before the second game, and we just came off of a thriller a moment ago with Tug Valley falling to Danville 18-12.
Yeah, that was a massive comeback by the Hawks. Down 12-0 in the third quarter, and then come back and beat Tug Valley 18-12 with all the momentum Tug Valley had. I mean, young kids like that would get demoralized down here after they couldn't score before the half on the half-yard line. But they regroup, man. A great job by the coaches to keep them kids' heads up, and they come back and win the ball game.
Yeah, so they'll move on now to the semifinals against Tulsa likely next week to see if they can move on to the championship game. I'll tell you what, while the officials are taking their time to get out here, we're going to step aside for a break, and we'll be back with the kickoff after this as you're watching youth football playoff action here on the D&D Sports Network.
Smokey Armstrong here from United Motorsports of Belfry. Looking for your next adventure? We've got the motorcycles, side-by-sides, and ATVs needed to take your riding to the next level. Whether you're hitting the track, enjoying the trails, exploring the open road, or seeking comfort and style, we've got you covered with trusted brands like Honda, Polaris, and Kawasaki. At United Motorsports, we're not just about selling power sports, we're passionate about helping you find the perfect ride. Our team will work with you to customize your vehicle, offer expert advice, and provide top-notch service. No matter where your adventure takes you, ready to get started? Call us at 606-237-7311 or visit www.unitedmotorsportsbelfry.com or stop by today. Your next ride is waiting.
Well, now the officials coming out as we have the captains meeting at midfield in this 2-7 matchup on the C team side, as we'll try and take a look at the bracket on both sides of this one, as Tulsa's the 1 seed, Tug Valley the 8 seed in this bracket, Mingo and Logan the 4 and 5, Danville and Gilbert, they'll face off tomorrow. That'll be a 3-6 matchup, and now Sherman and Chapmanville, the 2-7 here. So
who's the 2?
That is a good question.
I don't know.
As we said, they didn't have them numbered on the sheets that we were given.
I think Chapmanville's the 2 and Sherman's the 7 because Chapmanville was undefeated up until that game they did against Tulsa. So I'd say that that's Chapmanville's the 2 and Sherman's the 7.
Yeah, I think even a couple of people up in the booth said that Sherman gave Chapmanville all they wanted in the matchup in the regular season between these two. It was a really close game, so he said don't let the 2-7 fool you whenever you see it on paper. So I'm like you, I assumed by that Chapmanville was the 2 seed, and Chapmanville and Tug will be the A-team game coming up next, and Tug's the 2 seed, Chapmanville's the 7 in that one.
Well, that game at Tug Valley this year was a barn burner. You're talking, I think, 34-30, Tug Valley won.
Yeah, that's what someone was telling me up here, that there was a big shootout between those two. So that's a tough draw if you're Tug Valley. Get Chapmanville at 7 in that one. Again, Chapmanville, they said they lost about 3 games this year, but said there were some games in there they just shouldn't have lost. So if you're Tug now, you really lament that loss to Mingo last Sunday and that matchup to see who was going to be the 1 seed. So they definitely have the much harder road to try and get to that rematch with Mingo. But now we're set to go here in this C-team game. And again, you'll notice A couple of differences we'll talk about here in just a moment as Chapmanville comes to the line of scrimmage. So they'll hand it off here on first down, coming near side. Nice gain up towards the 40. Pick up about 5, close to 6 on first down. So they try and unfurl the pile here as we'll try and get some numbers to you as we see them. That appeared to be Chance Castle, who had that carry for Chapmanville. But you notice the coaches on the field here, though, Kevin. Again, coaches are allowed onto the field in C-team matchups. Again, these are just 5, 6, 7-year-olds typically. I mean, you want to make sure everybody's aligned right. It's safety precautions as well. So there's a lot that the coaches need to do with younger kids that it's just better if they're on the field for it.
Yeah, and this is learning and training moments for these kids right here, right?
Absolutely. So I love that they have that rule that the coaches can be out there with them. It just makes things a lot easier on the kids at that point. So second down and 4. They'll go with an inside handoff coming near side, trying to get to the corner. Nice shutdown by Sherman on the near side as that carry taken by number 10, Braxton Berry. He's brought down after about a 2-yard gain.
You know, and that's a situation if a kid don't know what he's doing or don't know what he's doing, he can say, hey, Coach, where do I need to go? And they're learning. At this age, this is great for the coaches to be out there because they're teaching.
I was in high school, and I was still asking coaches, where do you want me to go? So if I couldn't figure it out there, which doesn't say a whole lot, but it definitely says at this age it's good that they're out there.
I mean, you're a tennis coach. Are you still coaching tennis?
I gave it up after this past season.
Did you play tennis in high school?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got you. Did you play college tennis in college?
I could have, but, I had several offers, but I wanted to go into journalism and, different decisions, unfortunately, you make.
Well, I mean, as a person, if you love it enough, if you want to play in the college level, college, you choose your own path. I mean, do I want to play sports? Do I want to go make my career? Right?
Exactly. Yeah, because we had just come off. We had a team that qualified, played in the Junior Olympics that year in Tennessee after my senior year, and I just thought, it's a good way to kind of close it out, if nothing else. And so it's one of those things that, I missed a little bit in college, but coaching for 16 years, middle school and high school, was a lot of fun. I said it was just time to give it up. I was just tired.
So did you? Where'd you go to high school?
Logan.
Okay.
Yeah, went to
They
Logan.
let you in the booth up here?
Yeah, and then they let me
teach here,
coach and teach down in Chapmanville all these years. It's Chapmanville on fourth down. They'll just run it straight up the gut. Nice quarterback keeper there as he'll get out towards 48-yard line for about a gain of 5. So nice call there on 4th and short just to keep the drive alive.
I heard something the other day, and I don't know how true it is, but is Logan and Chapmanville not playing basketball this year?
That's what I've been told. So,
wow, both schools should protest that. That's a money maker for both schools.
That's what I was surprised by. I was like, even if they're not in the same classification, I was like, that's a lot of gate money both sides giving up.
That's a rivalry, man. You keep rivalries alive,
Yeah, that was always a fun one to call each year, too. So, unfortunately, it won't be there this year, but hopefully that'll change in future years. As we get a flag here on first down, going to be a false start against Chapmanville.
See, I live on the other side of the river, the Tuck Fork River on the Kentucky side, and I don't think Belfry and Pikeville would ever cancel that rivalry.
No. No, it's like you said, it's too much money involved. Yeah. I said it's, bragging rights for the communities. So I don't think it had anything to do over incidents or anything like you had in the past between those two sides, because there have, obviously, like in most rivalries, you had incidents with fans, players, and so forth. But, I don't think it had anything to do with that. I guess it just came down to scheduling and needing to schedule harder on both ends. So on 1st and 15, they'll hand it off far side. Now trying to cut back across field, but nothing really there for Noah Browning as he picked up maybe a yard on the carry as Sherman able to shut it down.
I'm all right with the players in rivalry games doing their things. They're going to talk and clash. That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
But the parents should stay out of it.
Yeah, exactly. It is. I used to tell that to my middle school and high school parents all the time. I said, you and I will be the fastest to ruin this for them than anybody.
Yeah, let them have fun with it. I mean, and keep it controllable, but it's fun things that, rivalry games bring out in teams.
So now second down and 14 for Chapmanville. Still the opening series of this ball game. Sherman crowding the line of scrimmage. They'll hand it far side.
Wow, what a hit. Let me get his number. You probably see it better than I do. Well, wow.
And I'm keeping my eye on that player as he just shot through there like a missile.
I'm still trying to get his number. He's not turned around yet. Number 38.
Yeah, so that number Belongs to Luke Henderson.
Wow. He was shot out like a rocket.
Yeah, that was an incredible tackle by him as Chance Castle, he did a great job just hanging on to the ball that time for Chapmanville. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 15. There's nearly 5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. So snap it from under center, fake the handoff, try and take it near side, but Sherman there once again, and they shut it down. Great defensive stop by Sherman. And it's going to bring up 4th down and long now for Chapmanville. It's just nowhere to go on that carry from Maverick Adkins.
And Sherman, they're located in Boone County, right? Is that like
yes, sir.
Up past Scott in that area?
Yeah, they're just a little bit past Scott. You know, you get those 3 lights there going towards Madison. If you take the 3rd light and turn right down towards Racine, then you start heading down that way.
Okay.
And you head towards Sherman. Again, we used to play them down there in tennis a lot. Again, not at their high school or middle school, but they had a nice park down that way that was easily accessible. But, yeah, I've been down to Sherman a few times. We had a playoff game there for high school football, maybe about 2010 or 2009 range. And it's been a while since I've been down towards the high school or middle school, but they've done a fantastic job building up their programs around there. Having a good high school season right now as well.
That's what I seen. I seen they was ranked 2nd, but I think Tug jumped them. I think they've dropped a little bit because, you know, Tug did beat them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's their only loss was Tug, right?
I believe so far. But now Chapmanville will elect to take the 30-yard punt. Again, as we mentioned in the B-team game. In C-team action, there is no punting that takes place, or even kickoffs for that matter. The ball's just spotted at the 35, but if you elect to punt, then they flip the field position by 30 yards in order to create that opportunity for both teams to not have to go for it on 4th down. Now, first offensive series of the game for Sherman. They break out here on the first play out across the 40. Nice gain for a 1st down and then some.
Well, faked out the cameraman, Chris.
Yeah, I was going to say that play looked like almost a high school design. Like watching Wayne try and run their formations. Yeah, Sherman's number is a little bit more difficult to try and read than Chapmanville, so we're going to do our best.
Yeah, them dark numbers on dark uniforms does not work. I mean, you can't say that's a really dark gray. That's not a light gray. It's hard to see that out there.
Yeah, we had our difficulties with Mingo's numbers last Sunday. So like we said, we apologize if we don't get all the numbers correct or can't get the correct player named on it, but we're going to do our darndest throughout this broadcast on Sherman's side. It's on 1st and 10 from the 42. They'll snap it back out of the shotgun. It'll be a quarterback keeper to the outside. Chapmanville
38's the quarterback, Chris.
Wall it off initially, now cutting back to the inside, finding some running space across midfield, and then some. A 1st down run for Henderson. What a play by him. That looked like destined for a loss on the play, and he somehow got 12 yards out of it.
That's the same kid that had made that big hit, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah, Luke Henderson's been the man of the hour here in the first quarter so far for Sherman.
Yeah, I'll try to get you numbers as I see them. They're hard for me to even see through the screen, but yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, folks, you get into your 40s and you're more than 10 feet away, it becomes a lot more troublesome as you get older. I know there's some of our audience out there said, just wait until. I was like, I know, it doesn't get any better.
It hurts to get out of a seat.
And I've made noises just getting up and out of the seat here a couple of times so far today. So now Henderson will bring them to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the Chapmanville 46 as we're under a minute to go in the first quarter. As Chapmanville now having to get a shoe tied as one of their linemen had an issue. He has to run back to his coach to get it set up. So you see this occasionally in C&B team action. So now they wind the clock and ready to go back here. It's Henderson out of the shotgun again here for Sherman. He'll take a high snap, rushes towards the near side, finds some space inside the 40, the 35, breaking out of another tackle and finally dragged down from behind at about the 25-yard line. Luke Henderson, have a quarter, young man.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. 2 big runs, 1 big hit. I thought that was the end of the quarter.
Yeah, we're getting there as we're down to 10 seconds to go in the quarter, and that will likely be the final play of the period as Sherman on the move here as we head towards quarter number 2. You're watching youth football action with us right here live on the D&D Sports Network.
Here at Logan Bank and Trust, we are committed to serving the needs of the Southern Coalfields.
For any of your financial needs, we encourage you to stop by one of our 5 convenient locations or apply online today at lbnt.com.
Whether you choose to stop by or visit us online, our team is here to help you every step of the way.
Buying a new home, expanding your business? Choose Logan Bank and Trust. Let's bank together.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here on the D&D Sports Network, Chris Kidd with you, Kevin Jones alongside me here this evening as we are here for playoff Youth League football action. This is our C team game for the evening. We still have the A team coming your way next as Henderson takes the snap, takes off once again, and he's inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line. And Luke Henderson continues to dominate play so far in the first half. And he had the big defensive hit on the opening drive for Chapmanville. Now he's reeled off several big runs on this possession. It'll be 2nd down and 2 here for the Tide. And the winner of this game will get the winner of Danville and Sherman tomorrow, or Danville and Gilbert, tomorrow.
Where's that at?
That'll be over in Danville.
Okay.
So yeah, we got playoff games positioned all over the place.
I think tonight was here in Logan, right?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, I believe they had them at here and on the island. And so tomorrow, I know some are over at Boone, and I'm not sure if the other set's being
Mingo,
played
maybe?
somewhere else, perhaps at Mingo.
I mean, Mingo was a 1 seed on the A, so I'd say they would probably get the home field, right?
I believe so. Henderson will bounce it to the outside. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 10, the 5, and dragged down just shy of the goal line. And this kid has just been a monster so far in this game.
Electric.
And Henderson, just an 8-year-old, but he's running like a man possessed so far in this game. And he's got the Tide right on the doorstep of an opening score here. And Chapmanville went 3 and out on their possession. And Sherman has been on the march ever since then. You'd be surprised if it was anyone but Henderson here to take the ball. He'll take the snap, run straight ahead, and he's into the end zone. And a much-deserved touchdown for Luke Henderson on that drive. So the Tide make it look easy on their opening series, and they go up 6-0.
There's a good look at the young man.
Yes, again, he's definitely been the star through about the first 10 minutes of this game. Now Sherman will go for 2. Again, we didn't see a successful 2-point conversion in the first game. It's Tug Valley's both touchdowns, they couldn't convert. Danville's 3 touchdowns, they couldn't convert. So now we'll see if a team's able to punch one in here. Sherman also has the ball to start the 3rd quarter, so they've also got that little nugget in their back pocket if they can get a stop and maybe another score before halftime. Henderson's gotten every carry thus far here in the 1st quarter. Let's see if they stick with him here.
They got like a different quarterback now throwing the ball.
You know, and they try and throw it, but that got blown up, and that's going to be pass interference perhaps here.
We'll keep it right here. There's a flag on the play, so we'll see what the white cap says.
It looked like Kane Vanoy maybe was the one that came in at quarterback that time for the Tide.
A little trickery there from the Tide. Been running it with every play with what was his name, Henderson?
Yes.
And then switch quarterbacks and try to throw a pass.
Yeah, and they're going to wipe off the flag now because they say the pass was deflected. So 2-point conversion no good, and Sherman leads at 6-0. We'll be back after this as you're watching Youth League football action here on the D&D Sports Network.
Looking for a new healthcare provider? Come see us at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We take all patients from the ages 2 and up. Our staff has over 30 years of medical experience. We do everything from DOT physicals wellness exams, adult and child walk-in visits, and more. Call us today at 304-236-3601 or reach us Monday through Friday.
Chapmanville has the ball back now, trailing at 6-0 with 6:19 remaining in the first half. Chris Kidd and Kevin Jones here with you on this Saturday night. As it is win or go home time for both sides as Chapmanville will take it near side this time, as looked to have something there initially for Castle, but that got shut down in a hurry. As big shoestring tackle made on the near side. And now that player coming up a little bit gimpy after the play. Looked to be Lake and Gray who made the stop.
Let's give a shout out to our sponsors real quick. Trend Services, Juanita's Mexican Grill in Danville, JK Auto Cores and Recycling, and United Motorsports. Go see Smokey. United Motorsports locations in Danville, Logan, Belfry, and Pikeville.
And Coach May tried to get us in trouble last week.
Did,
He just couldn't name them all. Had to get Smokey up there to set him straight.
That might be why I didn't get my shirt. It's all Coach May's fault.
Oh, it was. He was an easy target last week. I said, "You've known him all these years." I said, "Why are you not on top of this, Coach?"
Yeah.
The coach is such a good guy. He just goes with it. So now 2nd down and 11 for Chapmanville. Again, Sherman crowding the line of scrimmage. Chapmanville fakes the handoff, kept near side. Nice hole coming into the secondary. Now into the clear. Busting down the right side is Adkins, and Adkins could take it to the house, and he will. We are all tied up now at 6 apiece.
Wow. Nice little quarterback counter there. Fooled Sherman, and Atkins runs it, 70 yards for the touchdown?
That was impressive, again, especially since Sherman has more or less dominated every down of football thus far here tonight in the first half. And just like that, one positive play and Chapmanville's back all square.
What do they say here in Chapmanville? Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if they're allowed to do that in playoff football, but that right there definitely deserved a big tiger, tiger, tiger for Maverick Adkins. And great blocking along the front line that time as well by the Tigers. And now let's see if they can get a 2-point conversion attempt. Like we said, we're 0 for 6 so far tonight on both sides. And all 4 teams we've seen out here. Again, I'm just confronting the announcer jinx head on right here. I don't care. We're going to break this.
Somebody's getting in for a 2-point conversion.
If I have to run down there myself at the end of this broadcast and take one in, I will. Now Atkins will go under center. They'll just bust it straight ahead. Quarterback keeper, and he's in. Wow, 2-point conversion, good. And just like that, Chapmanville surprisingly has the lead now, 8-6 with 4:54 to go in the first half. We'll be back after this as you're watching Youth League football action here on the D&D Sports Network.
Looking for a new healthcare provider? Come see us at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We take all patients from the ages 2 and up. Our staff has over 30 years of medical experience. We do everything from DOT physicals, wellness exams, adult and child walk-in visits, and more. Call us today at 304-236-3601 or reach us Monday through Friday.
Back here live from Barker Stadium. 8-6 Tigers, and you broke the announcer's jinx.
Finally did. I finally did something positive, at least on our end. This is 8-6 Chapmanville as Henderson goes back to work, and he picks up right where he left off, heads down the far sideline. He's into the clear. Foot race to the 20, the 15, and finally tripped up at about the 10-yard line.
I'll tell you what. He faked the cameraman out. I'll tell you. I missed the whole thing. I got him going right down the sideline. I thought somebody had it in the back, and then I caught him going down about the 30-yard line.
I tell you what an effort by Braxton Berry on that play. Didn't give up and ended up making a touchdown-saving tackle as they wind the clock. They're signaling to wind the clock now, as we're down to 4:32 and counting here in the second quarter. As Sherman looking to get that touchdown right back after Chapmanville able to spring a long one from Maverick Adkins. Henderson nearly answered right back with it, but instead it'll be first and goal from the 10-yard line. Henderson will take the shotgun snap. He'll head towards the near side, tries to cut up, jukes a little bit, but now he's hitting the backfield trying to break free, but he's going to get dropped for a short loss on the play. It's a great pursuit by Chapmanville that time, and they clogged their lanes very well. They didn't allow Henderson to try and find any gap to try and squeeze through, and just good team defense there by the Tigers.
Absolutely. Henderson's been running all over. That was a swarm defensive tackle. You know, Henderson still got back to the line of scrimmage somehow or another.
Yeah, it looked to be like it was going to be about a 4 or 5 yard loss on the play, and he still somehow got back nearly to the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be second and goal from the 11. Down to 3:23 and counting in the first half. This time they'll operate from under center. Chapmanville trying to show pressure. Henderson takes the snap, keeps it off the right side. Flags come flying in. Henderson gets the outside, but he's going to get wrapped up and brought down again. So let's see about the flag now. And it does make it interesting. If this is holding on Sherman, do you decline it or do you accept this, Kevin?
I'll probably go ahead and decline it, make it third and about goal from the 13. So, yeah, I would probably decline it because it looks like Chapmanville's figured out, hey, we're just going to key off on Henderson here. He's not going to beat us.
Yeah, I think that's maybe the adjustment they've started to make after that first series, even though Henderson did break off a long run to start this series. Last 2 downs, they've been all over him. Chapmanville will accept the penalty, though, and bring them back to the 21.
The reason I don't like that is you're giving Henderson another down to try to beat you.
Yeah, that's the only trade-off after that. Again, they've only got 3 downs to go 21 yards, but as we've seen, Henderson maybe doesn't need 3 downs to get 21 yards. So now it'll be second and goal back outside the red zone. Let's see if Chapmanville continues to key on Henderson here or if Sherman elects to try and change things up. As Henderson tried to quarterback keeper, got hit at the line, broke out of it. Now it's to the outside.
Wow.
What a stiff arm to the 10, to the 5, and he's finally tripped up there. Unbelievable by Henderson. I don't know how he got out of the initial tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Again,
I don't either.
yeah, the nose tackle for Chapmanville, one on the inside, got to the quarterback immediately, but was unable to wrap up Henderson, and he bounces that out for about a 13-yard gain. So now that'll bring up third and goal from about the 7-yard line.
See, if they'd accepted a penalty, it would be fourth and goal right now, probably from about the 3.
Yeah, so it's like I said, you never know how things are going to shake out. I said everything's going to be a little bit different depending on the actions you take. So we'll never know how things would have transpired the other way. But now third and goal from the 7. Henderson keeps it, gets to the outside.
Oh, what a move.
Wow, fake 2 men out, trying to break out of another tackle, breaks out of a third, a fourth, still carrying a man.
Oh, my God.
Wow, what a run by Henderson. And he's going to be just short of the touchdown at the 1-yard line.
Well, you know, we're go time here with Henderson.
Boy, this kid, he runs like Cam Scadaboo almost. I mean, he just refuses to go down and looking to take on punishment.
But a lot of teams letting him slip all the way. It was a 4th-round pick or 5th?
Yeah, I believe 5th.
Yeah.
After it's all said and done, as Chapmanville burns their first time out. They're trying to just preserve some time for themselves right now, it appears, with 1:22 to go.
I mean, Ashton Genty went in the first round. I know there was another back that went up there, too. Who was it? I can't remember. Oh, the kid that's at from North Carolina that's at the Chargers went high pick. And Scadaboo's playing better than both of them.
That's what I said. With running backs, you never know. You might hit a home run. You may hit a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Just kind of depends.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, with running back, I mean, you never know if you're going to get that huge game changer or not. I mean, that's really the way you kind of draft at quarterback now. Maybe you get yourself a Barkley. Maybe you get yourself a Kajana Carter. Who knows? But, yeah, Scadaboo so far, he's been incredible. And Luke Henderson's been the same here.
He's just a football player, man, Scadaboo.
Yeah.
Just a football player.
Now if you're Henderson and Sherman, I'd be surprised if they didn't go maybe the quarterback keeper here. Right up the gut. We saw them do that on their first touchdown drive, and were able to punch it in. But Chapmanville's been doing a better job of keying on Henderson. It's just been a matter of getting Henderson on the ground now.
Yeah.
So now it'll be 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. Huge play right here. Henderson will take the snap out of shotgun, takes it outside, cuts back in.
He didn't get it.
I don't think so either. And the officials say no, he stopped at the 1-yard line.
Wow. What a goal line stand by the Tigers.
Huge play that time for the Tiger defense, as they'll get it back with 1:13 to go. And that's huge, too, because Sherman gets the ball to start the third quarter, Kevin. And now if Chapmanville can at least run out this half, they'll take the lead in the half. And it does prevent that, score and then get the ball back, score again, that 2-for-1 scenario for Sherman.
Chapmanville's coach is fired up.
I was going to say, it looks like James Barker down there on Friday nights.
Does Barker get fired up too?
Oh, he gets animated down the sideline. He was telling the cheering section to quiet down a couple weeks ago because they were trying to get their play snapped. Yeah, James is an interactive coach, just like our broadcast.
James is he was the head coach, and now he stepped down, and now he's the OC.
Yes.
So he jumped right back into coaching. He took a year off because I remember him announcing with us, and then he went right back to coaching.
Yeah, I said, he'll tell you just like I will. I said, being the head coach stinks. It's not fun. Again, I was head coach for a lot of years, and, you get to do everything but coach almost as head coach.
Yeah.
So you're always taking care of this, that, everything else, but it does. It just eats up so much of your time. So I have a lot of respect for a head coach no matter what level they're at, because, they're dealing with a ton of stuff left and right. Well, Chapmanville gets a huge encroachment call here against Sherman, so that gets them out of the corner of their own end zone. And now they can try and take a couple cracks at it here, Kevin, or at the very least run out the half with a lead.
I'll run that counter again with Maverick Atkins. Man, that was a nice play design to get him out here on the open field.
It has. It's really just been one offensive play for Chapmanville where they've had some success, but it went all the way for a touchdown. They'll hand it off here on first down to Barry. Barry will go to the outside. Now flags come flying in from every direction. So this could likely be a holding penalty that moves Chapmanville back.
That's like an area for holding. You're right.
As you saw the left side and the right side heave flags in. And that's exactly what the official will call. So that'll just be a half the distance to the goal penalty, though, but it will push them back to about the 3. But again, number one job here if you're the Tigers is just protect the football.
Absolutely.
And so if you happen to spring something big, then so be it. As the officials wind the clock now as we head down to a minute to play in the first half. But if you spring something big, that's a plus. If you just don't lose the ball, that's the major goal right now. As they will just go right up the middle with it. Nice little gainer here for Atkins as he pushes the pile out across the 5, close to the 10. As he'll get it out to the 9 officially and bring up second down and about 2. And Chapmanville will call for time with 40.6 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll step aside for a quick break and be back after this as you're watching Youth League football here on the D&D Sports Network.
At Logan Regional Medical Center, our comprehensive inpatient rehabilitation program helps get you back to living life. With an 8-bed unit for patients 18 and over, our caring team of doctors, nurses, and rehabilitation specialists work with you, providing a full line of services to help you restore your capabilities and get you back home and back to living. Logan Regional Medical Center, providing inpatient rehabilitation close to home.
Chapmanville burns their second timeout with 40.6 seconds to go in the half. Chris Kidd and Kevin Jones with you. It'll be second down and 2 for the Tigers. They look to try and take this lead into halftime. They fake the handoff.
Oh,
Atkins
wow.
takes it to the outside, trying to manage his way through a slew of Sherman defenders, and looks like he was able to pick up the first down.
They got the cameraman again.
I told you, these C-team teams, man, they're tricky.
Yeah, I was following the play here to the wide side of the field. Then I heard you say Maverick Atkins keeps it, and I had to go back over. It's like I said, you can see better than I can through a screen, and I can zoom into the play.
Yeah, I try my best just to watch the quarterback initially and then just pray that I picked right whenever they start running option plays. But now they're going to run it near side, and once again a flag comes flying out as not a whole lot of real estate there, and there's another flag just for good measure with 7.5 seconds to go in the half as Castle on that carry. But I'd say that we probably are going to – that'll either be our last play of the half or the next play will be the last play of our half. As the officials congregate here to see which one of the 17 flags they want to talk about first. I think everybody on the field had one they threw that time.
Everybody saw the same thing, didn't they? It must be going to be on Chapmanville because Sherman's coach is right in the middle of the huddle with him, right?
Yeah, it looks like he's discussing whether they want to take the play or push him back. Like we said, not a whole lot of difference here with 7.5 seconds to go. As long as Chapmanville gets the snap back on this next play, they should be in good shape. If they just try and run out the rest of this first half and take the lead into halftime. As the officials now ready to explain, we got an illegal shift against Chapmanville, and that has declined, and we got a block in the back against Chapmanville.
And they accepted that one.
So that'll be half the distance to the goal again, back to the 7-yard line. So, like we said, Chapmanville's just got to snap it likely one more time here as they wind the clock now with 7.5 seconds to go. They may not even have to snap this ball if they don't want to. It's down to 2, down to 1. They will get the play off as they try and run it to the outside here and won't get very far as that'll be wrapped up pretty quickly as Noah Browning couldn't find any real estate. But Chapmanville will take the lead into halftime here in this C-team clash. Again, win or go home here in the playoffs as this quarterfinal matchup sees the Tigers leading the Tide 8-6. We'll be back after this break for the second half as you are watching youth football action right here live on the D&D Sports Network. back here for the start of quarter number 3 here in this C-Team quarterfinal playoff matchup. Chris Kidd and Kevin Jones here as Chapmanville leads Sherman 8-6. And really, if you just look at the first half stats and really just looked at the first half in general, you'd think Sherman had complete control of this game, Kevin, but instead it's Chapmanville leading at 8-6.
Yeah, I mean, they really controlled the whole first half, but they got down here and got stood up on a 4th and 1 from the goal line, and Chapmanville one big play, and they're up 8-6.
It is. It was just the long touchdown run by Adkins that really gave Chapmanville the boost they needed, along with the 2-point conversion. Again, Sherman marched right downfield and scored, didn't get the 2, then went downfield again, but got stopped on 4th and goal at the 1. And Chapmanville was able to take the lead into halftime. But now they see Sherman will open up with possession here to start the third. And the big key for Chapmanville is going to be, can they get Luke Henderson on the ground at all here in the second half?
Well, there's the officials. Finally made it out to the field.
Yeah, again, I
think they had to chase them down again. Yeah. I think they're in their locker room where they get ready over here by the concession.
I think so.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, they must have a nice recliner or two in there.
Some good food over there at the concession stand.
So now it'll be Sherman to open up this second half. Again, Henderson has had the ball in his hands on virtually every play, and he'll do so again here to start the third as he breaks out across the 40 and brought down around the 41-yard line for a nice pickup on first down.
Excuse me.
Yes, it looks like it's going to be a gain of 6 on the carry overall, as Maverick Adkins is able to get the tackle. So quarterback on quarterback violence that time. Now Sherman comes to the line of scrimmage, and again, stay with us. Coming up next, we should have a doozy for you coming up next in the A-team with Chapmanville and Tug Valley in their 2-7 matchup. Again, Tug Valley winning that regular season game 34-30 between those two, so it should be a good contest. That snap gets away from Henderson, bounced off his helmet and everything, but he's able to fall on top of it for about a 2-yard loss back to the 39. Well, that's one way of slowing down Luke Henderson.
Just a bobbled snap. You know, most of today's world's shotgun, right?
Yes.
You know, these kids, a center and 7, 8 years old, that's a tough ask.
It really is. That's why I've been surprised at the way they've run their offense, especially in the C team like this. But, yeah, it's definitely been a more advanced offense than what we've been used to seeing out of some of the C teams this year.
And that was the first bad snap. And I don't even know if it was a bad snap. It might have been a bad handle.
Now 3rd and 6. Henderson gets away from the first man, breaks upfield. Here he goes again. He's into the clear at the 40, the 35, down to the 30. One man out there, and Henderson gets by him to the 10, the 5, and there he goes again. Touchdown, Sherman.
This kid is impressive.
That is unreal from Henderson again. They know he's going to get the ball.
They even gave the ref a high five. Did you see? Oh, I love it.
When Jackson darted on him.
Yeah.
But yes, it's tough when you know he's going to get the ball. Everyone else knows he's going to get the ball, and you still can't find a way to stop it.
I don't know how true that is, but I've read something that they fined Jackson Dart $25,000 for that.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, I hope that's not real.
He was just happy because he heard the other guy on the other side say touchdown. So he high-fived the other official.
I was like, let's just let some people have some fun every now and then.
I mean, him and Scatterboot is bringing some energy to New York. They really are. They've lifted that program up ever since they started Dart.
Now Sherman will go for 2. They snap it back. Henderson will keep it. Runs into a wall, though, and he's not going to get there. So 2-point conversion fails and keeps it at a 12-8 lead for the Tide. We'll be back after this break as you're watching Youth League football action here on the D&D Sports Network.
If you've been catering to an old injury or you're tired of them nagging aches and pains, come by and see us at Hill Chiropractic. Dr. Brian Mallory is erasing the pain out of his patients' lives. We look forward to seeing you at one of our locations in Madison and Logan. Hill Chiropractic, making lives better.
Back here live from Barker Stadium, Chapmanville, West Virginia for Youth League football. 12-8 Sherman up over Chapmanville. Let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Trend Services, Juanita's Mexican Grill of Danville, J.K. Auto, Cores and Recycling, and Ultimate Pawn. Ultimate Pawn is one of our sponsors, but United Motorsports with locations in Danville, Logan, Belfry, and Pikeville.
Get Chris Kidd with you with Kevin Jones alongside me as first down play for Chapmanville, and Castle can't find any running room to the outside as he's brought down for a short loss. That'll bring up second down and 11 now for the Tigers. And if you're Chapmanville, it feels like they've been hanging on for dear life throughout most of this game, but here they are just trailing by 4. So you're looking for just a big play like you have with Adkins earlier, and then hope that your defense is able to slow down Henderson, who's just been a one-man wrecking crew. The Tigers will come to the line of scrimmage here with 5.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. As they try and get everyone situated. Atkins will go under center. He'll fake the handoff. Atkins will keep it. This is the play they scored on earlier. He gets it outside of the 40, the 45. He's got the first down, and he's brought down right near midfield. Another well-executed play by Chapmanville off that quarterback keeper.
That's worked really well for him with Atkins, getting him to the outside.
Again, he broke that one off for a touchdown earlier in the game, and that was a much-needed positive run for Chapmanville. Try and get this drive moving. So they'll have it dead at midfield now on 1st and 10. And I'll tell you what, if you want some enjoyment, Kevin, just watch the C-team sidelines. There's a lot of just rambunctiousness going on both sides. These kids finding a way to keep themselves entertained.
Oh, they're playing stuff on the ground here, probably loading up rocks and stuff.
Now a keeper off the near side. Looked like Browning just pinballed off about 3 people that time as he hit off his own running back, and that kind of sent him in the right direction as he picks up 5 yards on that carry.
Probably finding a lot of pellets in the turf there.
Oh, yeah, those are always fun to go down there and kick around.
Yeah.
You're probably like me. You've probably faked, making the catch and sliding your feet out there at some point, and then we pull a hamstring and say, I'm going back up to the booth. So we're down to 3:45 and counting here in the third. Chapel will have it second down and 5 from the Sherman 45-yard line. Again, a score would give the Tigers the lead back. Atkins takes the snap. He'll roll out near side. Couldn't find any blocking, and he'll be dropped for a 2-yard loss on the play.
Great defense by the Tide. Is that going to bring up 4th down?
It'll be 3rd and 7 now.
3rd and 7.
Yeah, so again, they tried to run that play to the left side, but it looks like a couple of men missed on their block that time, and Sherman was able to capitalize and get into the backfield to create that loss. And now you've got a big 3rd and 7 here for Chapmanville. We fall under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. We said still one more game coming your way tonight. Chapmanville will take on Tug Valley in the A-team game. See who moves on to the semifinals in that bracket. Again, the winner of this game gets the winner of Danville and Gilbert tomorrow over in Danville. Atkins takes a snap. Fakes the handoff. He'll keep it himself along the far side. He breaks free. He's close to the first down. He's got it, and he's tripped up just after that inside the 40 at about the 36-yard line. Another nice run for Maverick Adkins. I believe that was Henderson who made that saving tackle along the far side.
They found something with that play right there.
I agree. They've run that 3 or 4 times now, and they've been successful virtually every time. Clock will wind now as we head towards 2 minutes to go. And Sherman got the ball to start this quarter. went right down and scored on a long touchdown run by Henderson, his second of the game. Now Chapmanville on a methodical march on this drive. Again, they took over with about 6 minutes to go here in this third quarter. They've bled over 4 minutes off the clock so far. Nagans had a couple of really nice first down runs. They put 3 backs in the backfield this time, and it looks like somebody flinched for Chapmanville along the far side. And that will be a false start. So that's a big 5 yards right there, Kevin.
Really big 5 yards. Makes it what, first and 15 now?
Yep, first and 15. Back at the 42-yard line. As we said in these playoff games, again, every inch of dirt is so huge, especially with the way that Sherman's been able to stifle Chapmanville some on the defensive side. They'll give it off here on first and 15 to Castle. He finds a little bit of space inside the 40, and he's brought down about the 36. Nice run for him, picking up about 6 yards, making it 2nd and 9.
There were some nice blocks in the interior of that offensive line for Chapmanville there to spring that for him.
It is. Whenever you can get between the tackles like that and find some space, I said that's whenever you can create a lot of damage. And that's really one of the first big runs we've seen other than Maverick Atkins so far tonight here for Chapmanville. We're under a minute to go now in the third quarter.
Very fast third quarter.
Yeah, both teams have just touched the ball once so far. Sherman into theirs with a touchdown less than 2 minutes into the quarter. Chapmanville's possessed it for nearly 6 minutes now here the rest of this quarter. So on 2nd and 9 under center. It'll just be a straight up the gut run for Atkins. He finds some space and then he's brought down hard right about the 31.
Guess who?
Is that Henderson again?
Yes.
Boy. Well, he just ran into a brick wall once he ran into Henderson that time.
Wow.
But that's a nice gainer, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 when we come back, as we will start the fourth quarter right after this, as you're watching youth football playoff action right here on the D&D Sports Network.
It's wintertime rearing its ugly head. You don't want to be stuck on the side of the road alone. Let Western Auto make sure your vehicle is up to date and ready for the harsh winters of southern West Virginia. Also, don't forget Western Auto is a certified steel dealer, so just in time for the holiday season, put a smile on your loved one's face. Come see us at Western Auto in Kermit, West Virginia. Let us take care of all your automotive needs.
Three quarters in the books here at Chapmanville at Barker Stadium. Sherman up 12-8 on your Chapmanville Tigers. And we'll give a shout out to our sponsors, Trend Services, Juanita's Mexican Grill in Danville, and J.K. Auto.
That's your handwriting.
Yeah, well, it's not that, I promise you. It's very dark.
Yeah, it is.
And I've said Auto Cores and Recycling. I've said it enough today. I should remember it, but I don't.
I had to give you a hard time for a second. I was like you. I was like, I can't see it either.
And United Motorsports.
You were just the unfortunate soul that had to read it. Now 3rd down and 4 to start the fourth quarter. They'll give it off. Castle with a little space, and he's going to be right near the 1st down marker.
I think it's going to be about 4th and 1, Chris.
Yeah, I'm like you. From the looks of it, from where they're spotting it, he's going to be shy by about a half yard, maybe a full yard here. So now I'd be surprised if they do anything but keep it with Maverick Atkins here with a keeper.
Yeah, they've done that play a few times, and it's picked up 5 or 6 yards every time they've done it. So,
yeah.
I don't think I shy away from it here. I'll just get Maverick behind that big O-line and just a push here to get this yard.
And you could see the Sherman coaches, they were directing some of their interior linemen where that play is probably going to go to, and you see them try and close up the center spot now. It's Chapmanville and Sherman both crowding the line of scrimmage here. I think everybody knows what's about to come on this play as Atkins goes under center. Huge 4th and 1 now early in the fourth. He will keep it right up the gut. Good push by Chapmanville, nailed the 1st down.
That's Chapmanville's version of the tush push from the Eagles.
Well, it's worked very effectively so far. They did it on that 2-point conversion they had earlier, too. And that'll give them a new set of downs now at the Sherman 24-yard line, as they've had the ball for over 7 minutes now on this drive.
You think they ever ban that?
I think they will.
I think this is the last year.
I do, too.
I was all right with it. Let them do it. I mean, if nobody can stop it. But they did it 4 straight plays against the Giants down there and got it. I mean, you can't stop it 4 times in a row.
Yeah, I do. I think that this will probably be it for it. As Atkins will keep it off the left side, finds a little space, but closed up quick around the 22, close to the 21-yard line. It's a good tackle on the outside by Henderson, able to limit that to about a 2-yard carry. So Chapmanville's had to fight and scrape on this drive to get it down here. They had a couple nice runs by Atkins, one by Castle. But this has been a mano-a-mano duel between both lines on this drive. Chapmanville's had it since 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. They run off 8 minutes plus now on this drive.
They are really eating up the clock here this second half.
Yeah, this is one way to assure that Luke Henderson won't hurt you. It's just make sure he doesn't get the football. Chapmanville's done a great job, but can they finish it off with a touchdown?
Get a false start.
Oh, and this is huge now. And you can see the Chapmanville coaches, they know it too, as hats came flying off in every direction on the coaching staff. So that's going to push them back to a 2nd and 13 as the clock winds now with 5:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Now can Chapmanville get their way out of trouble after that false start? Second false start on this drive for the Tigers. Atkins under center. He'll keep it himself off the left side, cuts back inside.
Ooh, wow.
Good job by Sherman converging on the ball. So they'll limit that to a gain of 3 as Atkins gets back to the original line of scrimmage. But now if you're Chapmanville, you've got 2 plays to find a way to get 10 yards, or else Sherman gets the ball back with the lead and with Luke Henderson trying to run out the clock. The Tigers come to the line of scrimmage here. Pivotal 3rd down for the Tigers. If nothing else, trying to find some positive yards to create a 4th down that they can convert on. Atkins has been the primary ball handler on this drive. Will they keep it in his hands again here? So he'll give it off instead, coming near side.
Big hit.
Yeah, nice hit on the near side, limiting that to about a gain of 1.
Number 2.
As Browning had the handoff that time, and as you said, number 2 on the stop for Sherman, as in our playbook, that is Cohen Cantley, who helped make the stop for the Tide. So they're going to call it now a 4th and 7 for Chapmanville, and under 4 minutes to go now in this game. Again, clock, you're not sure whose favor it's in, but we'll know after this play, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Chapmanville, man, you've got to pick this up here because I don't know if you'll see the ball back.
That's what I'm thinking, too. This is a huge spot now. They've done such a great job of occupying the clock and occupying the ball, but if they don't get in, it's going to be all for naught. And now Chapmanville going to call a timeout here to try and talk things over with 3:31 to go in the 4th. We'll be back here right after this break as you're watching Youth League football on the D&D Sports Network.
Come on down to Ultimate Pond, located in Kermit, West Virginia, where we have all your firearm needs. Need cash? Trade in your gold today. From custom rifles and rifles accessories to the bare bone stock of pistols, we have it all. Come see us today at Ultimate Pond.
Fourth down and 7 for the Tigers. 3:31 to go here in the fourth quarter. Chris Kidd and Kevin Jones with you for this C-Team quarterfinal matchup. Again, winner moves on to the semifinals next week. Loser season is over. And Chapmanville, who's had the ball for over 10 minutes now, trying to keep the drive alive here. Sherman crowding the line of scrimmage. Atkins takes it to the far side, breaks out a one tackle, cuts back up, stays on his feet. He's to the 15. He's got the first down to the 10, stumbles. He's caught from behind and dragged down. What a run by Maverick Atkins to save the season for now for the Tigers.
Wow, what a run by Atkins.
Unbelievable. He was hitting the backfield. You thought maybe just enough to slow him down for the rest of the defenders to get there, but once he bounced it out, there was nobody there. And Atkins with a huge 17-yard run on 4th down and 7.
And if you're Chapmanville here, you're hoping you don't get in until about the third play and need another 2 minutes off this clock.
Yeah, again, I'm like you now. I mean, you want to make sure you get the score, but at the same time, you'd love to do it with taking a little bit more time off. And if you're Sherman, how long do you wait to maybe start using timeouts now? Again, they've got all 3 in their back pocket. I wouldn't be surprised if they start using them here soon unless Chapmanville scores right away. Atkins will push up the middle with it. He gets free and he's in. Touchdown Chapmanville, and with 2:35 left in the fourth, the Tigers have retaken the lead.
Atkins, heck of a ball game.
These have been 2 unreal playoff games to get us started here this evening. Again, the first game coming right down to literally the last minute with Danville scoring a touchdown to take the lead with under a minute to go. Now Chapmanville scores a touchdown to take a lead with 2:35 to go.
It's been the Atkins-Henderson show here in this game.
It has. Maverick Atkins and Luke Henderson have put on a tremendous display. And what a drive that was. Over 11 and a half minutes for Chapmanville. Took over with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. They score with 2:35 left in the fourth quarter.
That's a lot of time left for Henderson.
Yeah, 2:35 for Henderson would be an eternity right now. Chapmanville did what they had to do to limit his opportunities as they'll go for 2, rush up the middle as a flag comes in late from the back judge.
He's coming back, holding.
So holding on Chapmanville.
And he scored, so it's going to have to be another play.
This is where we've seen a good bit of penalties here tonight has been on these 2-point conversion attempts.
Yes.
And to be fair, this 2-point conversion attempt in totality will not make a big difference. You don't have field goal kicking in C-team action. So whether Chapmanville gets this or not is kind of a moot point at this time. They'll still have the lead 14-12. The only real difference it would make would be if Sherman scored, say, in one play and got their 2-point conversion, and then that would make a little bit of a difference. But with 2:35 left here, as we said, no one's driving to try and set up a game-winning field goal. Sherman's going to have to get in the end zone or nothing at all. So now Chapmanville comes to the line of scrimmage. Unenviable task of 2-point conversion from the 13 now. As Atkins will keep it off the left side, but runs into a wall, and he's not going to get there as another flag comes in as the official pelted somebody with that one.
I think there was a face mask.
I told you, these 2-point conversions have been a nightmare to try and get through tonight. And, yep, there's a face mask against Sherman. And we saw this in the first game where we had like 2 or 3 penalties in a row on a 2-point conversion. That's a big mistake for Sherman right there. They had that play completely walled off and cut off. But now they'll give Atkins a third opportunity at the Apple.
Right at the 5-yard line right now. It gets it back close to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, they've gotten a chance to run a play from about every yard line inside the 20 here on this 2-pointer. Like I said, in C-team action, I feel like it's got to be pretty egregious for the officials to call it, but like we said, it's playoff time too, so they've definitely got to ratchet up a little bit for these teams in such big spots for their seasons. So now this will be the third attempt. Chapmanville scored on the first one, didn't on the second. Now let's see how it goes on the third. He'll snap it back. Rush off the left side for Castle as he pushes forward, but he's not going to get there. And the 2-point conversion fails on the third try. So Chapmanville leads at 14-12. We'll be back right after this as you're watching Youth League playoff football right here on the D&D Sports Network.
If you got a big job to get done, don't just trust any flagging service. Call Diamond Flagging Service. Diamond Flagging Service keeps your community safe while also making sure it stays moving. Give Diamond Flagging Service a call today for their services. They also offer amazing job opportunities. Diamond Flagging Services, proud supporter of the Mountain Athletes.
Back here live from Barker Stadium, 14-12. Tigers up on Tide. Chris Kidd, Kevin Jones. What 2 games we've had.
It has. It's been 2 fantastic games to get this playoff started again. All these first-round quarterfinal matchups to see who moves on to the semifinals. Danville did over Tug Valley in the B team earlier today. Now we're down to 2.5 minutes to see who moves on in C team action as a flag comes down immediately. Henderson across midfield and into the clear again as he's going to go in for the touchdown, but will it stand?
It's coming back.
I think even Henderson knew it as he was getting towards the end zone.
He's aggravated too.
And that is a huge holding call that's going to drag that 65-yard touchdown all the way back.
And the thing about that, Henderson just wore himself out running 70 yards.
Yeah, and you can see he's got hands on hips going back right now. And that kid has played a well of a football game. He scored both touchdowns for Sherman. And they're leaning heavily on his shoulders here in the last 2 minutes here to try and get a third. That ball got launched way over the official's head, but yeah, Henderson.
He didn't like it either. That's not the first time that's happened. It's about the 3rd or 4th time I've watched it. He gets aggravated every time they throw it over his head. He dropped it again.
Yeah, he's ready to go have a Coke in the locker room after this one, I think. Now it's 2nd down and 20 for Sherman after that holding call. As we said, though, Henderson can make that disappear in a heartbeat.
Yes.
Chapmanville's done a better job since the first series of this game of just kind of walling him in, but Henderson's still been able to find a way out of trouble and create something out of nothing. That time he just beat everybody on that last play, but may have been helped by that hold that Sherman was flagged for. But now on 2nd down and 20. Henderson, he'll call his own number again. Takes off up the middle, breaks out of the first tackle, cuts back upfield.
Wow.
Here he goes again. He's got the 1st down and more down the sideline to the 40, the 35, stiff arm, still staying up, and he spins out of bounds inside the 30. What a run again by Henderson.
You know what? I think if he just didn't run 75 yards the time prior, he probably scores there. He's winded. He has to be winded.
It's unreal, the stamina he's shown here in this game on both sides of the ball. And like we said, Chapmanville's had him strung in and right where they wanted him on several occasions. They've just not been able to make the tackle on Henderson. And
I was like, I really think he scores there, but, his legs are gone after the prior run that got called back.
Yeah, I was going to say, he might need a timeout just to try and get him a water break at this point. Now, that's what they're going to get. Yeah, so Sherman's going to call their first timeout with 2:02 to go here in the 4th quarter. Back after this as you're watching Youth League football here on the D&D Sports Network.
Getting ready for sports means protecting those eyes. Up to 90% of sport-related eye injuries can be prevented with proper eye protection. White Eye Care knows this and is committed to providing the best protective sportswear for your child's eyes. As a proud sponsor of our community sports programs, we want to see our kids protected, from the little ones up to the big leagues. Our huge selection of eyewear makes finding that perfect pair easy. So win big this season. Call White Eye Care in Logan for an appointment today.
Sherman with the ball, 1st and 10 at the Chapmanville 25-yard line. Chapmanville leading it 14-12 in this do-or-die game for both sides. And winner moves on to the semifinals next week in this C-team pool. They'll snap it back to Henderson. He's hit. Once again stays up, though. Henderson to the 21. Stays up again. Still being hit by everybody on the Tigers. And now a flag comes flying in from deep, as we've seen a flag-happy second half here.
It has to be on Chapmanville, something to do with the hit there, because that's when he threw it, it's when he started going down. You know,
you may see a face mask here.
And that's going to be half of this. That's going to put him around the 9-yard line. Great.
Yep, that's exactly what we've got. So a face mask against Chapmanville will give Sherman a first down and maybe first and goal to go here. And that's what it will be, first and goal from the 9-yard line as they wind the clock now with 1:48 and counting in the fourth. Again, Sherman looking to retake the lead. Chapmanville led at 8-6 at the half. Sherman took the lead back. Then Chapmanville on an 11.5-minute drive took the lead back. And Sherman looking to take it back just 1 minute into this drive. Henderson up the gut, finds some freedom, and he's into the end zone again. Third touchdown for Luke Henderson tonight, and the Tide reclaim the lead.
This kid's a football player.
And again, Chapmanville on such a great drive. Took it all the way down 11.5 minutes, and Luke Henderson evaporates it in 1 minute and 10 seconds. He's got all 3 touchdowns here tonight for the Tide. And now they'll go for 2. They haven't converted on either their attempts thus far. But this could give Sherman a little bit of protection in case Chapmanville is able to go down and score again here in the last minute 25. Henderson will keep it. He finds a crease and he's in. 2-pointers good, and the Tide lead it 20-14. We'll be back after this as you are watching Youth League football action here on the D&D Sports Network.
If you're looking for a friendly and fun atmosphere to enjoy your daily cuisine, come to Cheech's Pizza in Lenore, West Virginia. Cheech's Pizza has world-renowned cheese sticks, delicious pizza, and the best subs in the pizza and pasta game. Don't forget to take advantage of our milkshake shop located inside. Bring your family down to meet ours. We are the place that treats you like family from the second you pull in the parking lot. We look forward to seeing you here at Cheech's Pizza.
Chapmanville now trails at 20-14 after Luke Henderson does his magic once again here tonight. And now the Tigers down to their last gasp here on this drive as they need 65 yards in 1:25 to try and tie this game up. They pitch it back to Castle. Castle trying to find some room. He's brought down at about the 37 as clock will run now. Again, Chapmanville has 2 timeouts left when they so choose to use them here, not wanting to use it right now. They rush up to the line here as we hit 1 minute to go in the fourth. Atkins will take it from under center. He'll keep it, trying to get up the gut. Bounces out to the left. He's brought down across the 40 now. Flag comes in with 52.2 seconds left. Again, that was as Atkins was going to the ground. So could we have another face mask here?
Yes, we do.
Wow, we've had a lot of face masks here in both games here tonight. And that will give Chapmanville an automatic first down. They'll call it an incidental face mask, just a 5-yarder. But that helps a lot, though, Kevin, because it stops the clock and you get a new set of downs momentarily as now the clock will run. Chapmanville gets to the line quickly here. Castle takes the snap. He'll take it off the left side. Almost found some freedom, but gets tripped up. And now Chapmanville is going to burn their second timeout with 37.1 seconds to go. We'll step aside for one more break and be back after this as you're watching Youth League football playoff action on the D&D Sports Network.
If you've been catering to an old injury or you're tired of them nagging aches and pains, come by and see us at Hill Chiropractic. Dr. Brian Mallory is erasing the pain out of his patients' lives. We look forward to seeing you at one of our locations in Madison and Logan. Hill Chiropractic, making lives better.
Down and 7 now for Chapmanville. They have one timeout remaining. They've got to go 51 yards in 37 seconds to try and save their season. Cass will keep it off the right side, but he's swallowed up. And Chapmanville, let's see if they use their last timeout or not, and they will now, Kevin, with exactly 30 seconds to go. And they haven't used Maverick Adkins any on this drive so far, so I'm surprised by that.
That's me. I mean, he's the one that's got most of their big games, and I think they've not went to him one time, have they?
No, and I was looking to see if he was on the sideline or not, but no, he's out on the field. So, again, Chapmanville's going with something that I guess they trust the most right now, but Atkins has not been a part of having the ball on any of these plays on this series. But now they have no timeouts remaining, Kevin. So
you've got to get one big chunk play here and get out of bounds.
Yeah, that's really the biggest hope Chapmanville's got right now. Unless they can break one all the way, I'm like you. They've got to get a chunk play here that ends up out of bounds at the end of it to try and have a chance here.
We want to thank Trend Services, Juanita's Mexican Grill in Danville, and JK Auto Quarters and Recycling, and United Motorsports.
Now, anything in the field of play could possibly be the final chance for Chapmanville. 30 seconds to go. They snap it. They'll run it up the gut, trying to get the first down to stop the clock as he gets pushed forward at the end, but it's still going to be shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 1, but now the clock goes ticking down here with 17 seconds. Chapmanville trying to try and get off one last play here if they can. They can't spike it. Down to 10 seconds. Sherman trying to get back on side here. Down to 6, down to 5. Chapmanville going to try and get the snap off with 3, with 2. They just do. As looks like maybe, let's see if there's a timeout called or not. No, they say 4th down was no good. As that happened so fast.
I don't even know what happened there.
Yeah, I believe they just signaled that it was Sherman ball. And it is. Sherman takes over on downs as they get the stop on 4th down.
Chris, I'm going to go ahead and let you name our Tug Valley Wellness Clinic player of the game.
This might be the most obvious player of the game we've had in quite a while. But, yeah, I think we're going to go with Luke Henderson on this one.
Absolutely.
Again, Maverick Adkins was going to be so on Chapmanville's side. But, yeah, Luke Henderson, what a performance by him tonight. 3 touchdowns for Sherman, basically shouldered the entire offensive load for the Tide. And he's going to help get his team into the semifinals next week as Luke Henderson, our Tug Valley Wellness Center player of the game.
And we talked about this earlier. This is the best formation in football.
Yep. Again, we got to see Danville take it earlier, and now we get to see Sherman take it here as they'll head back to Boone County with a big win here this evening as they end Chapmanville's season on the C-team side, and Sherman marches on to face either Gilbert or Danville next week. 20-14 your final score here tonight from Barker Stadium. And now we get set for the big boys coming up next. The A-team between Chapmanville and Tug Valley coming your way here in about 10 minutes. As we'll be back